Existence Brewing.
Here's another Existence Brewing single shot.
Similar subject line. I heard something. This goes back to my rant about intellectual property and how ridiculous the laws surrounding that get. Apparently, Smuckers, the purveyors of the Uncrustable, which, by the way, my nieces at one point couldn't believe that I'd never tried years ago. And when I went over to my brother's house to visit, they offered me one and then quickly retracted their offer. They rescinded it because they didn't want to share, they decided. And I said, look, I don't fucking want to.
They didn't want to waste it on you?
I don't really want to ingest grape-flavored radiator fluid anyway. So thanks. I was going to pass as it was. But apparently, Smuckers is suing Trader Joe's for Trader Joe's infringement on their trademark of the Uncrustable, because they also sell something called a jelly-filled crustless sandwich. And Smuckers is arguing that it's too close to their trademarked, patented, and extremely popular, all too popular if you ask me, Uncrustables sandwich. And there was this patent attorney, this trademark attorney, that was prattling on about how Smuckers had something here, explaining in this news brief about how, well, you can't just sue someone for what's in a sandwich. So if Smuckers sold, let's say, a grape jelly sandwich,
yeah,
and then Trader Joe's had a grape jelly sandwich too. Let's say it was grape jelly, and from, again, those quarters, it's actually, they use ethylene glycol as a solidifier in those things, which is an ingredient that you use in antifreeze. It's no. So, let's say it's one of those horrible mashups, and so it's grape jelly and Nutella or whatever. For lack of, that's not a real good, because people probably eat that. But anyway, you can put grape jelly and cognac spread, let's say that, in a sandwich if you're Smuckers, and then Trader Joe's can do the exact same thing, and that's allowed because the guts of a sandwich are not trademarkable. Any sandwich that is shaped or in some way altered or transformed from a traditional sense then becomes exclusive property of whoever did it. And in this case, and that's why this attorney was saying they have something and they're going to win this lawsuit, and you better stock up on your Trader Joe's knockoffs now, because they're not going to make them anymore, because they're going to lose their ass.
So they're shaped like the Smuckers
I am
UFO.
just thinking to myself, I hate to sound like one of those ads on TV. For just the cost of your daily latte, you could save this child. But honestly, how much money and time and energy is going to be spent on the court battle over the Uncrustable knockoff sandwich that we could truly spend on something else? And I know that's just one tiny example of millions of litigious things that we waste money and time and effort on every day, but who fucking cares? Just let them make the knockoff. No, Smuckers insists on they must have the Uncrustable. It's theirs. No one else gets to have a crustless sandwich.
I think the patent and trademark in that world is extremely gray, and I would find it hard to believe that Smuckers could get away with such a claim to ownership of the Uncrustable sandwich.
No, the guy, like I said, the attorney they had, the bigwig attorney from, Dewey, Cheatham and Howe, said, like, flat out, no, Smuckers is going to win this suit because the sandwich in question has been altered from a design that is traditional, and therefore it is theirs. They have a right to it. And the Trader Joe's one, so what Trader Joe's may do, and this is entirely possible, Smuckers, of course, is a circle. Theirs is, I guess you'd call it, it's round, but it has a flat bottom, and then it's raised. Well, actually, no, it's rounded on both sides. I'm not sure what shape you'd call that, but it's shaped like a UFO. It's shaped kind of like. So if Trader Joe's was to make theirs into a different shape, if they made it a trapezoid, or if they made it a half circle, or a crescent shape, or any other, that might fly. Then they might say, okay, well, this is Trader Joe's shape, and the Smuckers gets to keep this shape. So who knows? It sounds like an episode of Sesame Street that's going to cost people millions and millions of dollars to debate in court when we have other problems to tend to. But I just wonder if Matlock would have taken this case for free.
Oh, Matlock. I used to watch
Deal with
that
Matlock.
show with my
Matlock
grandma.
was clearly running cocaine in his own because how are you able? Every single fucking case this guy takes is pro bono. How are you able to do that and live in his house? I mean, he lived in the proverbial like antebellum mansion, country time lemonade, chilling on the porch constantly. Probably had servants in the place. I mean, you don't live like that for free. You can't be pro bono as an attorney.
Yeah, what was the
side?
backstory of Matlock? I'm sure he was a successful attorney. Maybe he defended the 3M Post-it note company and made millions and millions of dollars
on one case.
And then he just said, the rest of it's going to be pro bono.
I think it was something illegal off the. I smell illicit drugs or something off the books. Cotton gin that shouldn't be, speakeasy.
We hope this single shot inspired you to want more Existence Brewing. To check out full episodes of the podcast and for more, head to existencebrewing.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts online.
Existence Brewing.